Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Anybody? I wonder, I need to go over something here. Where is, like that. All right, so I see, I also see ShitTube took some of my views away, so that's really nice. Let's see here. But, where is that? No, I can't. That's really great. All right. Is it? Is it still going? Is it still here? Or
Millions.
let's see here. I'm really sorry. Let's see here. I really say I apologize. The internet. I was going over the Constitution and everything, and I saw YouTube took away some of my views, and I saw YouTube took away some of my views, so that's not good. But I'm not surprised. I'm going over, the Constitution and everything, and how the executive branch has full authority over this. And NBC is lying, and these stations have totally lied about how the courts are playing dictators over this. They do not have any authority. Every president has done what Trump is doing. Biden reversed everything that Trump did under Biden's authority. You have Obama that said he would not let any court tell him how to run a country. Okay? The president was put in charge to run the federal part of the country, to run it as pretty much the king. Okay? The president's pretty much the king. How they did it with the U.S. Constitution is that they had the president act as like how the king was as of England, but he didn't have total power. You have the separation of powers, the judicial and the legislative and stuff. Not one branch can outdo the other. You have to have two against the other, pretty much. Except for legislative, which of course the people vote on. So, with that, I've gone over this on different sites, how the courts are running like dictators, and even SCOTUS has no authority over what the president is doing. There's certain cases that SCOTUS the Supreme Court has authority on. When it comes to illegal immigration, no court, including the Supreme Court, has the authority to do that. The person that runs the nation is the President of the United States, whether we like it or not. There's stuff that I hate and like about Trump. But a lot of us voted for him because of illegal immigration and stuff like that. People need to learn about the Constitution, the Second Amendment, stuff like that. Because it goes over the authority that the executive branch, which is the President of the United States, goes over that, the article. Article 2. I forget which one, sorry. Do not trust the bullshit of these news organizations. They're lying out their arses out of this. The courts do not have any authority whatsoever. They don't. Only the president, whether Democrat or Republican, has the authority to do this. Now, people are asked, what about student loans? That's different. That falls under the legislative branch. The legislature, Congress, has to vote on that. The president directs stuff of national policy, not private policy. And that's a different category. This falls under the executive branch. With the
Constitution of the United States is president.
I don't know.
Due process for migrants. President Trump won't commit to following the Constitution as he vows to deport millions.
WGN's Brona Tumulty has our top story.
That's what he's
Good evening. Does the president need to uphold the Constitution? When asked that today...
You don't know shit about the Constitution. It pisses me off. Because you guys are so retarded. You don't know anything about the Constitution or the executive branch and the power that he has.
President Trump's response was, I don't know, but did say his lawyers would adhere to the Supreme Court.
He doesn't. You idiot, Trump. And this is the reason why, I mean, if he was even able to vote, go for president, I would not vote for him again because of this bullshit. I blame Trump squarely for allowing SCOTUS to run rogue like this, because the Supreme Court does not have constitutional authority to go over the President of the United States on this. And because he's letting them do this, there's a constitutional crisis. Now it is the judicial branch that is in charge of the country. Total bullshit. That's not the U.S. Constitution. If it was a Democrat doing this, there wouldn't be a problem whatsoever with this. There wouldn't be a fight for this whatsoever. They get due process in these courts before being deported. The MS-13 guy was a human trafficker for MS-13. He ran a human trafficking network. He has the symbols, MS-13, marijuana, etc., etc., etc. The cross, 1 and 3 and stuff. So
Trump pushing back on things like tariffs and trade wars as well, saying the country is on track for the greatest economic boom in history.
I think the good parts are the Trump economy and the bad parts are the Biden economy.
President Donald Trump deflecting blame on the contraction of the U.S. economy in the first quarter and pushing back on forecasts of recession amidst a wide-ranging and at times combative interview on NBC's Meet the...
The thing that I don't like is that Trump is allowing a constitutional crisis to happen. He's enabling it. Now the courts have presidential authority over executive branch where they don't have the authority to. There are different things that the Supreme Court has authority over where the legislative branch has to take over. It would have to be the legislature, Congress, and the judiciary together going against the president. It takes two branches, or the voters when it comes to Congress. People need to go over Article 2 of the executive branch and all these different things of what the president and the executive branch has power over. Every president does this. He's been the only president that's had, that's been held hostage by the courts that have no authority, including SCOTUS, the Supreme Court. Alito and Thomas have also said that they went over the line that Supreme Court, the members did. And I believe it's like a coup. It is a coup where the courts have created, and Trump, he's at fault for not saying, fuck you, I need to do what I want. I pissed at him. There's certain things that the executive branch has power over, the courts, and things that they don't, like student loan stuff. That goes with the legislative branch. There are different, people need to look up it. I'm not going to take the time to do that. I'm not getting paid to do it. And there's not enough people watching.
Yeah, everything's okay. What we are, I said, this is a transition period. I think we're going to do fantastically.
Arguing his success in driving down costs during his first 100 days, specifically gas prices.
I have it down to $1.98 in many states right now. When you say strollers are going up, what kind of a thing? I'm saying that gasoline is going down. Gasoline is thousands of times more important than a stroller.
The president also doubling down on recent cabinet meeting comments that children might have $2 instead of 30, but denying tariffs will lead to supply shortages.
When you say they could have $3 instead of $30, are you saying Americans could see empty store shelves?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they don't need to have $30. They can have 3. They don't need to have 250 pencils. They can have 5.
Recent clashes with the courts also questioned. Those center on the president fulfilling a campaign promise to carry out mass deportations quickly, unsure when asked if immigrants are entitled to due process.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't.
There is due process with these illegals. They came here illegally. And a lot of them are sex traffickers, human traffickers, commit rapes, murders, etc. For those that can, maintain a job and stuff like that and pay their way, whatever, all right? Also, though, a lot of these illegals have taken our jobs, have taken American jobs. They've taken our houses. They've taken our apartments, taken over hotels. They've taken our Social Security, our disability benefits, our food stamps, and have gotten resources that Americans should have gotten first. Our ancestors got nothing for free. In fact, our ancestors usually got deported. Now, I do have some tribal nation in me. So for that would be different. A little bit.
Oh, no.
Well, the Fifth Amendment says
I don't know.
It
seems it might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials. We have thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers and some of the worst people on earth. Some of the worst, most dangerous people on earth. And I was elected to get them the hell out of here. and the courts are holding me from doing it.
So help me God. So help me God.
And when asked if he had a responsibility to uphold the Constitution, Trump had this to say.
I don't know. I have to respond by saying
how shitty ABC News, CNN, SNC, these other networks, ABC, CBS. And I mean, even some of Fox, because they don't know the Constitution either. And I wish they'd get educated, because the thing is, they're lying about this whole. They don't even look at the Constitution. Because if they did, they know that he was in the right, just like other presidents that have done all these executive orders beforehand. Whether we like them or not, whether I like them or not, it's what they have under the Constitution, the power that they have. Whether we like them or not. Is that what we're talking about? We're talking about, does he have the authority to do this? Yes. That goes under the executive branch of Article 2 and everything. And how they spin it, and how they say that, you know, they have rights, and no, they don't. That's for citizens. I don't like to get into that
again,
too much business. I
have brilliant lawyers that work for me, and they are going to obviously follow what the Supreme Court said.
Now, in a response to those comments about the Constitution.
And the thing is, Schumer, you don't know. If it was a Democrat, Schumer, you're full of shit in your pants. You have nothing but shit in your pants. But anyways, if it was a Democrat president doing this, he would say he'd have full authority. None of the courts would be going against him either, you know, a Democrat president doing this. In fact, Clinton and Obama before have wanted to stop migrants from coming over. The courts didn't do anything back then. So why are you doing this BS now? Why are you doing it now?
And Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer posted on social media this evening, saying in part, this is as un-American as it gets. Now, we did also try to figure out where in the country the $1.98 gas.
And you want murderers, you want sex and human traffickers in this country. You don't want Americans to have as many jobs. You don't want to have a housing market for Americans. You want Americans to lie without food or housing on the streets. But you want illegals to get all stuff for free. It says a lot about your stupid ass party. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I don't like either side. I don't respect either side. Because they're all corrupt. But because I know plenty politicians personally.
Gases, the Energy Information Administration tracks gas prices. The lowest in the country anywhere, according to their data, is approximately $2.60 a gallon. AAA puts the current national average for gas at just over $3. We're live in the newsroom. Bruno Tumulty, WGN.
Oh, God. Anyways, I've done what I've got to do tonight in the header. Usually I would stay on this long because I haven't gotten anybody to talk or anything. But hopefully some people leave a like, comment, tell me what you think. I gotta hit the shower, get ready later on. Get some groceries. Sorry about the disconnect with the internet, stuff like that. I apologize for that. I thought it was YouTube. I still don't know if it was, but they also took away some views. This is really shitty. But anyways, I would have a good morning, night, whatever you